Hi, I'm Rand,
And I'm Ken.
and welcome to our show. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Low to pay, not free to play, but
Load of pay.
low to pay. Um, so today we're going to explore. We usually do either my account or Ken's account, and kind of show you we're both at different ends of the spectrum, so we can show you different parts of the game. And so today is kind of a different day in that we're going to show you my first account, which is Amy Pond's account. I'm a Doctor Who fan. And so um, I had got, uh, I don't know, how far had I gotten by the time you kind of took
I
this
feel like
over?
you might have gotten it past 60 as
I
far as
had
the
been
account.
playing it a good while.
Yeah, you played it for a little bit, but you more played at it than you played it.
Right. And this was the first, when I say my first account, this was also the first game, like mobile game like this I had,
Well, video game at all, right?
video game at all that I'd ever played. So I was like learning, I had a steep learning curve and still do, but I made a lot of mistakes with this account as a
Mm.
result. Like Ken would tell me things and I'd be like, well, that doesn't make sense. I want to try it this way. And so I kind of had gotten myself almost stuck, as well. I had gotten stuck as far as I had made so many mistakes. I didn't know how to kind of fix the account, if it could be fixed even. So I kind of wanted to start from scratch with what I had learned with Amy Pons and see if I could do better. And I think I have. I think I've given
Oh
myself,
yeah.
a better account starting off than I did with this one. But the fun part in today's video is going to be about this account. And the reason is because Ken has been just on his downtime, or, he'll a few days in a row, whatever. He's been kind of playing with this account in addition to his main account. And so he's kept up. He's got a lot of resources. So this and turn this account into something that's pretty awesome. It is an awesome
I mean,
account.
honestly, as far as just from the free legendaries that we've gotten on this account, and will continue to get with Death Knight, the new one, the legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Death Knight. I wonder if they're just going to call him UDK.
That'd be awesome.
Probably
That's what I want to call him from now on. UDK
UDK.
in the
But
house.
with Ninja and
Yeah.
Alexander.
So many new accounts, of course. No
Yeah.
ninja.
Well, exactly, and that's why I've just been logging it in enough to get some of the good stuff, get some of the good, like when they do like good promo codes. I'll
Mm-hmm.
log in and get those. That's why I have 7,800 energy, because I'll get on and
Woo!
I'll only log in and do like a couple of quests,
Right.
or get some promo codes, or like Lacey said, I'll play for a few days. When what happens with this account, and the reason why I keep logging into this
Who's
account
Lacey?
periodically.
My name's Ren. Get it right.
Oh, whoops! You have to edit that out. But the reason why I started logging into this account and working on it was because I wanted to play with Bad L. Was
Mm-hmm.
the first reason why I got on the account, because she pulled Bad L
Really early
really
into
early.
this. I had
Yeah,
no idea what I
first
had.
first legendary on the account was Bad L.
Exactly. And so I got so excited that I had Bad Ale, that I had got a legendary. Not that I had Bad Ale. I had no idea what I had.
Right, exactly.
And Bad Ale is still very relevant today to this game. But
Oh yeah,
back
no,
then, he was like one of the best, if not the best. I mean, he's still up there, but he was like, it was a crazy, amazing
he's
pull.
been power crept in a way, in
Mm-hmm.
just that there's other people that will do jobs that he does, but
Yes.
there's still really not a lot of them that do all the jobs he
Right.
does all at
And
once.
back then, he was probably pretty much the only one that did what he
And he was one
did.
of the few that did
Yeah.
so much like that. Yes, for sure.
So, anyway, when I pulled him at that time, if I got an epic, if I got a rare, whatever, I was texting him pictures of my champions. And so I remember it was at night and I pulled this guy and it was a legendary and I was so excited I got a legendary. So I text Ken and I show him and he like never responds. And then probably a minute or two later, I get a phone call and I realized that it was a pretty good pull.
Yeah, I've lost my mind as far as, because I had been playing at that point maybe what, a year and a half or 2 years or so. I mean, it'd been for a little while
You've been
before
playing
you started.
pretty much from the
And
beginning.
and I hadn't really pulled any kind of like game breaking legendaries kind of. I mean, I'll say the legendaries that I've pulled early were pretty good. Like Nethril is fantastic. He was
Right.
basically the first legendary that I pulled
He was in everything
that I could use.
in
Yeah,
your
exactly.
early
And
teens.
he helped me clear a lot of stuff.
Right.
But nothing like Bad L, nothing S tier that everybody's like, oh, you got to get Bad L. And so I wanted to play with him a little bit on this account after she got done with it. And when I logged in, there was a returning player offer type deal. And it was, like a string of quests, and it's still open. If you want to clear, go to referrals.
Okay.
This is where it is, because this is not something that everybody knows about. Go to referral program over there and click on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, imagine the pop-ups coming up. All right. So if you see that recall quests, that pops up on accounts.
I had no idea this existed. Yeah.
Exactly. That pops up on accounts after, I think it's like 4 or 6 weeks of inactivity, give or take. I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's roughly about a month and a half or something, I think.
It's pretty easy.
If you have, this will pop up on an account if you have spent, I think, any money at all on an account.
Okay.
If you just free to play and you come back in on an account, I don't think this will pop up for you.
Right.
But if you spend any money at all, because because they want people that are likely to spend to play, and so they give you all of this stuff.
This was very low spend. Like I might have bought a shard here or there. Like I'm
exactly.
talking,
you might have spent $10 on this account.
Probably no more.
Yeah, I mean it was nothing because you really didn't even play it all that long.
And I didn't know what to buy when I bought it.
Yeah.
So it was very low spend. So
like almost nothing. But when I logged in, I saw all of these quests and stuff, and it was a lot of good rewards. As far as scrolling back up, you'll see a void shard
and easy to do.
Main.
You're just playing the game.
Yeah, exactly. See 7 login days, so I had to log in for 7 days. Yeah, it was just. All of it was super easy, and the only reason why I haven't finished it yet is because I don't have a clan boss team really built on this account yet, and so I don't want to join a clan and then immediately have to start working on a clan boss. I'm just going to build it as I'm going along.
That's the awesome thing, because I had no idea. Sometimes if I've been in a dry spell, I'm like, just quit playing for a couple of weeks and get some good stuff.
Oh yeah, no, and that was why it was kind of behind, and when I'm even having Bad L, because you didn't have like.
So let's look at some of the champions that have come up since I had this account. So I had Bad L. This is a new Ghostborn.
Yeah, I think that I pulled that. I think I might have. Did you pull that?
I think that was the last pull I ever did. Because you told me that she was very useful, and I was he. Why do I always want to say she?
I don't know.
She's very gender fluid to me, and I love it. Or he. So Ghostborn. Okay, so. That was probably where I ended things. I had Skull Crusher, and then I had 2 Skull Crushers way before you could do anything with dupes or anything, even Faction Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
So I just used them at one time. I think they were both my clan boss at one time.
They might have been.
And so, so all these guys I had. This is a new one for me, definitely. This legendary. Who is it?
That is Basilius Roanus.
Okay, so that's where you came in.
I think that was one of the first. Might have been probably one of the first legendaries that I pulled on the account, popping shards just for like. I think. Well, no, I don't remember why I was pulling much of anything because I haven't really pulled many shards on this account, but it must have just been like a 2x or something.
Right.
But I just happened to pull a few for him, and it might have even been part of a quest or something. And just happened to pull him and was like, well, there you go. We got Basilius Roanus.
Nice.
I think same thing with Norog, too, because Norog I knew is new. I've pulled him, too.
This is not a legendary that I see a whole lot.
Well, except in the ads, he features prominently in their ad campaigns.
Right. But, I mean, actually in the game,
Not a lot of people use Norog anymore. He's another guy that's kind of been power prepped. But, he's OG strong as hell, and he's still good. He definitely does some work.
Skills. That's nice.
Yeah, it's just one enemy. So
okay. So,
but this one's a block buff attack all enemies. So there you go, Hydra.
Hydra again, yeah.
And this right here, he's immune to hard CC and decreases damage taken by all allies by 15%, as long as they have a buff and once he's ascended. But then, no active buffs by 25%. Okay. So
his aura is different, but in dungeons. Okay.
Yeah, that's too bad that it's in dungeons still and not like all battles or something. But He's still
Yeah.
fantastic, and he'd be great now for Hydra. I'm surprised that people don't really. I think the only reason they don't talk about him much for Hydra is because people haven't used him a lot in a
Right.
long time,
And so they kind
and
of forgot.
and it's only really like all he really brings is the block buffs and a little bit of damage mitigation.
But if that's all you got on your account, like
but exactly,
it can
this
work.
is the one. Like that's why I was leveling him up because you need black buffs on accounts, and he brings it. AOE, like come on.
Awesome.
And I don't think he takes many books either. Look back at the skills and see, because I feel like his book count, not just the there you go. See, that one's 4. What's the 7?
3.
Yeah, see 7 books and he's done.
That's
so I mean,
amazing for a
yeah,
legendary.
exactly. You take that every time.
Well, and he's cute
good,
too.
He's just a good around
pig.
and
he's like a little piglet.
Yeah, and as far as like content creators and talking about him back in the day, Hades used to use him in all of his arena teams basically.
That's
like
awesome.
He was steady on like a go second tanky arena team build, and
might be
Norog
time to look at Norogs again, especially with Hydra in mind. If you don't have some of these champions that already does his stuff. So I like how the new content can make some old champions relevant again. That's really cool.
No, they've actually, that's been as granted, as many mechanics as you need in Hydra, it becomes a little ridiculous.
Right.
But it has opened up the usage of a lot of other champs.
So not only do we have Norog, but you've also kept up with the newer, like Deliana.
Yeah, exactly. And then all the login champs that have been free to give away, I've gotten all of the legendaries.
Lich.
Well, that's Lich. He's just a...
Oh, he's like food.
He's part... Well, he's part of the Fusion, or Ryzen
Fusion. Okay. All right.
He's actually really strong.
Oh, do you have Broadmaw on this account? I am working on him. I never did my Broadmaw.
I fused him for a champion chase.
Awesome.
Are any of these maybe, scroll back up, maybe I might have done a fusion on this count, maybe. Did I? No, I don't guess I did, because none of those are fusions. So, yeah, no, I don't guess I did. But I might have done, like, just a random champion chase, but I think I just wanted to use him, and so I fused him.
Right, and so I need a revive.
Yeah, exactly. There was no real revives on this account, so I was like, well, I'll just fuse Broadmaw.
And on my personal account is Ren. I don't have any revives on Lizardman, and that's preventing me from clearing the dungeon. I'm right there at the end, and I think you persuaded me to fuse him.
Close out of this and go to the fusion, or actually go to the go to battle, and go to the arena 3v3.
Okay.
Lord at the pop-ups.
I know.
They are just interrupting and hitting hard today.
3v3?
Yeah, go arena 3v3. I wanted to check. I can't remember when I fused Broadmaw. More than likely, I think I used the rares from this bazaar, and that's why I want to check and see if I did. All right, scroll over. All right, yeah, see, they're gone. So that's how I fused them on this account.
Yeah, I got those too.
Yeah, you can X out of that. Is just getting those 2 from the bazaar, and then using the commons to fuse the other 2 void champions you need, and then bam, you got Broadmaw. It's awesome.
So do you have some teams set up?
Yeah.
Let's refresh this page here.
Yeah, I mean, it just burns through. Most of the time they win, but because it's still pretty low.
But these are good teams. I mean, when you've got Bad L, that's going to bring anybody up, and she's excellent with defense down to the end, counterattack. I mean, these are not.
And the legendaries on this account are good, especially like say because of the free champions. I mean, I haven't obviously gotten Deliana in on any kind of thing, but
she's there.
Yeah, but these teams are functional.
So this is definitely
and Ra'Anus is really good.
An account you can come back to. And just, it's not a dead account anymore. You've definitely opened it up.
Oh yeah, no, because it's well on. Like, I've got to do more mastery work on stuff if I really want to.
So
see, there's no clan. Yeah,
there's no clan.
So I got 23 clan boss keys.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize they stacked that high. Yeah. They keep going and going. I guess
so. Yeah, I just keep collecting them because they're in a lot of those random freebie pack things, or if they do like a. If they have a necessarily a good
Faction Wars is further along than I expected in a lot of areas.
Oh yeah, because it's faction crypts are so important. I mean, it's not even it's the difference between that they can make on an account with perception gear is amazing.
So
go ahead and run it.
Okay.
Let them go. See what they do.
Yeah, look at this team. So let's look at who we got first. We've got Aethel, of course, which is a great rare, one of the starter champs. Yep. You have Armiger with his decrease.
Fantastic for account progression and
from beginning to end. Yeah,
exactly.
He's an
end-game champ.
But let's look at these other chicks here. The leader here. Oh, I can't do it right here, but this is an epic. But who is
That's
she?
Mistress of Hymns, and
Okay.
I think can she just hold down on it? You try to click her
Okay.
out. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
still
See?
don't know how to operate the game.
She's a revive. That's why she's in there.
Okay.
She's just a
All
revive.
right. All right. Let's
She's got a good lead, I
a
guess.
little healing going on. Okay.
See what her aura is.
Her aura is
Yeah, see,
ally
there you go.
defense.
25%
that's
defense
pretty
is-
darn good.
Pretty good chunk.
Okay, this chick right here. Let's
I think
see.
she's just a healer, maybe, or she might also
Okay.
revive, but I feel like she just heals.
Increase speed. So there you go. AoE, decrease
Oh,
attack.
and decrease attack. That's solid.
Yeah, okay.
And
Heals,
reflect damage,
just
but the heals is really what I'm after there.
Decreases.
Yeah, single
accuracy.
targets, meh. But decreased accuracy is nice once you get to the
Okay,
boss.
and then this very common.
The old school common.
Who we got? Who is this chick?
That's Sister
Militant. And you know what does she do that people? You're not the first person I've seen use her.
Because she's the one, probably.
Just an AOE, a straight out AOE.
Yeah, she's
Sunset,
probably the
right?
only functionally. Well, I don't know. if She's the only functional common
And
in
she's
there.
booked.
Well, yeah, 'cause she's a common. It's not hard to get her. You can just book her out real easy. You don't even
with
have to ascend her
herself.
because
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. Like you can't even ascend common
You
champions.
can't ascend common. I've
No.
never used a common champion, so
That's
I didn't
why
know
she's
that.
still yellow stars because you can't ascend
She'd
them.
be way cheap to ascend too.
But
Mhm.
she's when I first started playing, that was the champion that you started actually playing. Like you built one of those when you started playing. I had
Really?
because she's just AOE all the time. That's our only skills,
That's
AOE attack.
awesome.
So you just put her in and just kill waves.
Do you put her in stun gear? Do you put her in?
Well, you can't. That's what I've got her in that team doing. I think
Okay.
she's in stun gear. She's not. I just don't have a stun set to put on her, but I think I did because that's what she's in there for. It's like she's not. She'll do a little bit of damage.
You just shape the
but-
AoE to whatever you want.
Yeah, you just want the stun, so you just put her in a stun set, and she'll just every time just try to make her fast, and she'll just rock and roll. If you could, well, I guess you can't do both, but yeah, no, she's really good as far as a useful champ because, like I said, when I first started playing,
Ethel's really good.
she was who carried
Don't forget
me.
that.
Like I put her in as my campaign farmer
That's
for a
so
long time.
awesome that a common was part of, way back when.
Yeah, oh yeah. She was who I used to start
Long time ago.
because it was the only massive AoE that I could
You know.
continually get. Put it on times two.
Oh, I always have it on times one by
love
accident.
leaving
I
it on times
don't. But sometimes the animations look cute. I like to see that. But yeah, you're having no problem getting through these waves, and it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I probably got it up to a point where I can farm it.
I want to see how
stop.
you build Sister Christian's in my head right now.
Yeah.
But,
It's all.
but Sister Militant, that is. First of all, I would think she would be so squishy, being a common. But
Well, not if you put her in a bunch of tanky gear. I didn't honestly. You don't really want to put her in tanky gear. You want what I was putting on there was some of my first good clan boss gear. The Cruel.
Cruel. Okay. Oh, from Clan Boss. Yeah. Mhm.
And then and it was either probably a lifesteal set to try to keep her alive or just whatever attack gear or something, just to try to cap her create speed, something like that. Just basically trying to get as much damage out of her as I could, because
Ooh, that's
she
some
would do the job.
naughty debuffs there.
Actually, you know what she might be in? Looking at her right now, she might be in a
April
toxic
bringing
set
in.
unless somebody does single.
Oh,
Yep,
the
she is.
poison.
She's
the
in a
poison.
toxic set. You see.
That's awesome.
So she slams poisons all the time, and they'll die from the poisons.
Man, and she's so easy to get. So you could build her in multiple teams and
Yeah.
just have one being a poisoner, one
You
could be a stun.
You could totally. I feel like that's honestly something that I'm surprised nobody's done yet for this faction. But let's see how much damage she's got compared to people.
Okay.
66.
Only second to April.
Yeah, she got more than Armiger, and Armiger's built for probably doing something. But it's the
It
poison.
probably does.
She will put out, especially for early faction crypts too. If you just happen, because most people when they're starting with, and especially with this account too, that's another reason why she's in toxic. All I'm farming is dragon. I'm steady farming dragon because I'm trying to catch up because you sold a lot of gear that you probably shouldn't have sold.
Because let me tell you, I didn't know, like we said, I wasn't a seasoned player in any sort of sense.
Right.
And so when I needed silver, I just sold all my gear.
Just sold all everything. But So I've just been farming dragon, and so I've ended up with some decent toxic pieces. So I was like, well,
Wow.
I'll just put that in there.
Stage
But
13, and now it's wrapping it.
yeah, I will say for faction crypts, if you can use toxic gear on somebody like that has a lot of AoE attacks, if you don't have the stun gear, then toxic is pretty good because